How's it going, everybody? We got a very interesting video today. We're going to be doing gameplay for the new Orchis team. We'll take them into Raids, War, and Dark Dimension 7 so you can make as many well-informed decisions as possible. With that said, the team that we are using, they're all year 219. They are all 7 red stars. This is very likely to be the case for your Lady Deathstrike or Scientist Supreme, if not having some diamonds on them. But obviously, for most people, Nimrod, Omega Sentinel, and Sentinel, you're probably looking at about 3 stars. I can't de-progress them, unfortunately, but we'll talk about what the difference in power, like who's doing the most damage, what we can expect when they're a lot lower star level, and so on and so forth. But let's go ahead and let's start with the main mode for these guys, and that's going to be, of course, the Orchis Raid. So here we are in the Orchis Raid difficulty 3, looking at the text section, and I gotta say, I suspect we will have literally 0 issues here. That would be my big, brave guess about what's going to happen here. We'll see some of the animations while we're in here. I suppose it's probably a better use of our time, and we'll go from there. One thing I'd like to add is, that North Star, he's going to be probably going first, even with the speed stat that our Nimrod is going to be giving to himself and the team, after Scientist Supreme, of course. If we wanted to change that, we could bring in Mysterio. Mysterio would give 4 bots right away, which would give the entire Omega Sentinel, the entire Orchis team, was it 40% speed bar? Or speed stat, not speed bar, sorry, speed bar, which is a lot, but it's probably not necessary. Like, the Orchis team is probably just going to power through it, and then who would you sub out? I don't really know. So yeah, as I figured, we do have North Star going first, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Now, do we want a special or do we want to alt? That's a good question. I'm going to try opening with a special because I like the turn meter rewind idea. I like just the insane damage that it does. So we rewind a bunch of people there. Omega Sentinel is going to apply stun to tech. In raids, instead apply stun for 2 turns to all tech enemies. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, we got a couple tech people on here, that's for sure. So we could open with the ultimate. We could do the special. Defense up and speed up. We're going to get that from... We're going to get speed up from Scientist Supreme anyway. So let's just relax on that for a second. Ooh, Nimrod can do his ultimate. Defense down, primary adjacent, and disrupt. In raids, critical chance against mutants. This would flip everything plus put into ability block. It also stuns in raids and applies ability block to all mutants. Nemesis is a mutant. I'm not sure what's the right call. I'll tell you what though, I'm gonna do the ultimate here. I think the special in PvP settings, when you're using the Orchis team on the offensive side, I think you're gonna want to use the special more than the ultimate on turn 1. But it probably doesn't matter. I'm probably overthinking this raid stuff. We shouldn't waste too much time here anyway, because it's gonna just be autoplay, right? Like, let's not kid ourselves. This is probably just gonna end up being straight autoplay when you're at like 5 red stars. 5 red, 5 yellow, probably autoplay 3 and 4. Maybe you got to play it out. Maybe. Even that. I don't know, man. Damage is really crazy right now. But again, we're all at 7 red stars. So let's keep that in mind. I'll be most interested to see the damage that Lady Deathstrike does here. In fact, we can get some kills here. But I kind of want to see the damage the ult is going to do. So let's go ahead and let the ult fly. That's great damage. I bet they bleed to death. Would be my guess. But we have enough energy, we can just ult again. And that stuns all tech people. So the goblins are just completely countered. See, that's the... man, that's the worrisome part. When the kit of a raid team is designed so well with the intention of just eradicating problematic nodes that are built in the moment. Right? Like, there's a lot of tech characters in this raid, but will there be a lot of tech characters in the next raid? In Orchis 2, if that's a thing, or in whatever the next raid is called. It makes me feel a way about it. It for sure makes me feel a way about it. Anyway, this is super easy. I don't even know if we need to do the next 2 nodes. We'll do them, but 7 red stars, it doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel great to show this, because it doesn't mean anything. What I will say is Lady Deathstrike's damage alone, with diamonds, probably be enough to carry the team. Nah, no. You know what? I think 3 red stars. I'll actually make a prediction here. I think at 3 red stars, you're going to be fine as long as your Lady Deathstrike has diamonds on her. Because she's going to do so much turn meter rewind. Then you get so many stuns from Nimrod and Omega Sentinel. And you're going to have so many bodies just from the regular Sentinel. I think this is just going to be a straight win team at 3 stars for the highest difficulty. This node is definitely being proclaimed, and is the hardest node in the raid right now. So let's go ahead and let's see how they handle this. North Star is going to go first again. We can't gain trauma, right? That's part of Scientist Supreme's kit, I believe. I could do the rewind here. It would be dodged. Alright, let's just throw the ult. Who cares? I guess ult can't be dodged. Okay. This is going to stun nobody? Because no one's tech. Okay. Defense down disrupt. See what that does. Wow. Just straight death, huh? We all have immunity, so there'd be no point in ulting there because we wouldn't actually get the speed. So instead I'll flip to get Safeguard. We'll summon some more robots in. Jesus, Sentinel's damage is no joke. When at 7 stars. This is kind of a joke. You know what? I'll be more interested to see how they do in DD7 and in War. Yeah. I'll be way more interested to see what they do in DD7. Let's try and push the Weaver and see what happens if we, like, let her get charged up. Do we still have the same, like, ah, shit, we screwed up moment? Do a little rewind so Nightcrawler doesn't wreck us too quickly here. You know what? She's not going to get a turn, is she? She's definitely just going to bleed out. Damage is too high, especially from that Weaver. Well, here you go. I'd be able to get a stun off here with with Nimrod. So that's pretty cool. Pretty easy. I think, you know what? I think we're going to be simming when this team has like 4 stars in the new characters on the highest difficulty. Which is fine. That's good. Save some time, right? Alright, let's go ahead and take care of the Dazzler. Get her out of here. Ooh, he bled out. And there you go. Well, I don't know what to say, because this is 7 red stars and new characters. It's no diamonds on Lady Deathstrike, though. That means something. Scientist Supreme diamonds don't matter. It just doesn't, right? She's not really doing damage. Alright, so we stopped the Apocalypse from getting immunity here. I think that's Scientist Supreme's part. Then we give a bunch of debuffs. Plus trauma right out the gate. That's pretty cool. Lady Deathstrike gets hit. I wonder if she's going to kill a bunch of people here. I think she is. Absolutely obliterated. Yeah, absolutely obliterated. And we can stun this Apocalypse. Nimrod is 100% going to go before Apocalypse does. So we can stun him here. Because the trauma Sisa puts out. Alright, this feels like a not super great situation. We got the North Star in here now. We got Apocalypse still in the field. Penny. Oh, but Peter's dead. Never mind. How did Peter die? Nemesis special did that much damage? It's kind of crazy. Alright. Unavoidable Sentinel hits is interesting. It's not. They just can't dodge? Can they just not dodge certain characters here? I think that is the case, isn't it? Or they're not supposed to be able to gain dodge, but they are anyway. It's just not actually working. What's the situation here? Okay, it's a joke. It's a joke. So, will this team kick ass in raids? Of course it's going to kick ass in raids. Will it kick ass in raids at lower stars? I think so. I think this, it's unfortunate we can only show them at 7 yellow, 7 red, just because it's a long weekend, and that's where they were left at that point. I should have followed up sooner. This team is going to crank it. It's not even close. You do not need Crimson Gear here. You do not need super high red stars. I would put Crimson Gear on Lady Deathstrike with diamonds on Lady Deathstrike. And her ultimate into Scientist Supreme stuff is just going to kill everybody. We saw her damage in the Crucible tournament. We're seeing her damage now. Lady Deathstrike can carry the damage on the team and use the other 3 new Yahoos just to support her in that. I think that's fantastic. All right, let's go check these guys out in Dark Dimension. All right, so here we are in Dark Dimension, and we're not going to change a single thing. We're on the first node. We've done no damage to it. I do want to mention this is the easier of the 2 nodes. take that for what you will. I'm trying to think, like, is there something else on Node 2 that would just hard stop this team? I don't think so. I really don't. There's a lot of tech enemies that we're going to get a lot of stuns on tech enemies and stuff like that throughout all of it, which is pretty great. We definitely open up with the ultimate. It is unavoidable, so we're going to hit everybody. We don't stun primaries here, but we do an ability block. We flip buffs. All right, let's flip everything. Try to get past these pre-taunts. That's holy shit, Nimrod's damage. 7 red stars, though, right? Keep that in mind. 7 reds. Holy shit, Lady Deathstrike's damage. That really puts into perspective how beefy the tech section is. Jesus. Okay. Let's talk about the bad news, though. The bad news is Omega Sentinel and Sentinel both use Hammer Tech, which is used by a lot of characters that people might have built up already, so they may not have a lot of Hammer Tech, right? That is your Vulture, Red Goblin, Ares, Panda Pool. If you put Crimson Gear on Panda Pool, you probably don't need to worry about finishing Dark Dimension 7 anytime soon. So there's lots of good characters who use Hammer Tech, and then I believe it is Scientist Supreme and Nimrod are both rocking that infinite energy, which I don't think anyone has really used, so you probably have spare that to use. Oops, I meant to target the Moonstone there. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, we're going to take our first hits. Ooh. That Sentinel probably is dead at 3 stars. Because again, we're looking at them right now through the lens of having them at 7 red stars. This will not be the case for people that care about how good Orchis is going to get through Dark Dimension 7. They're going to have much smaller Orchis teams. So it's important to remember that. And this Sentinel would for sure be... I mean, he can get rezzed very easily. So that's the good news. He does have the safeguard, right? So that's also good. The big test is going to be when we start eating the AoE damage. So let's get to eating that AoE damage and see what happens. Alright, we're going to flip everything here. Nimrod's flip is crazy. You might need to make him a skirmisher for the first little bit, though. Oh, geez. Okay, here we go. I'm looking at Scientist Supreme and Lady Deathstrike more than anything right now. Lady Deathstrike, by the way, is Adamantium, so she shares with Old Man Logan. But if it's just 2 characters having the same unique, I don't think that's the end of the world. Let's take out this Kang. He's got Striker, or Speed Up, rather. Probably not playing the most off. Oh, wait. We need that Sentinel to survive here. I guess Scientist Supreme could bring a Sentinel back, too. Oh, Taskmaster does not use his ultimate. That's good. That Sentinel would be 100% dead at lower stars. And then you're relying on Scientist Supreme to bring him back. Oof. Big oofs. Big oofs. Let's do this because it'll get a bunch of kills. We're just... is Scientist Supreme going to die here is the question, right? And the answer is damn near close. Does she have her special available? No, she doesn't get a turn. Okay. I want to say Cabal, Nightcrawler, Black Knight gets further. So that was the second wave. I want to say a fresh Cabal, Nightcrawler, and Black Knight gets further. So let me go ahead and try that. And I know Illuminati gets further, by the way. But that is another team that's unfarmable right now, so I kind of want to lean into farmable teams. Who am I missing? Namor. There he is. Okay. Yeah, I want to say this team is going to get much further. I don't have the right ISOs. Okay. Because I want to actually see if this team is performing better than Cabal, I'll change ISOs around. When you're doing long-form content with the Cabal team, you really want Iron Patriot to be a skirmisher, and you want Namor to be a striker. Because the bleed damage from Namor is crazy, and obviously the infinite vulnerables from Iron Patriot is huge. Huge. Okay, so let's get in there, and let's see if they outperform Cabal, Nightcrawler, Black Knight. And once again, the Illuminati team with Captain Britain would vastly outcompete what we just saw with the Orchis team. With the same level of thinking that I just did. The same level of effort, I should say. Okay. I have ult turn 1. Oh, right, because I used Nightcrawler to get through the first couple unrestricted nodes. I'll use the special, just because that's what you would normally open up with if you didn't bring Nightcrawler into unrestricted. Alright, then we did flips, just like we did with Nimrod. We get a bunch of flips. Okay. Magneto brings us together, but we got some unavoidable attacks, especially from our Namor, who's the most important, because he's hitting into all those vulnerables that Iron Patriot just put down. And then, yeah, look at the same sort of damage, and this is no diamonds. So we're doing very, 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 in my opinion, similar damage to what we just saw the Orchis team do, with characters that are going to be much, well, not much easier to farm, just that are farmable. Because the Orchis team is not even released yet, let alone farmable. And then Nightcrawler would have his special here, and then this wave is just going to get evaporated. Right? I don't even need to use his ultimate here. I could have just basic. I should basic. I should try and play it smart so you guys could see what it would be like. This is not comparable. The Orchis team is nowhere near as good as Cabal. Now, with that said, that doesn't mean the entire Orchis team doesn't have merit here. I'm really liking Lady Deathstrike, and I'm thinking Lady Deathstrike can definitely be the team captain. So if you are free to play, maybe we bring Lady Deathstrike into Dark Dimension 7, and then she carries the damage for the Orchis team in the raids. Let me just push past this wave so you can see how clearly more powerful Cabal is here. Let's just take out the pre-taunt, and then Namor's gonna have his ultimate back up, I assume. No, not yet. That's okay. Let's go ahead and special over here. You can see people getting absolutely melted. Nightcrawler could stun here, so we don't get stunned. Give somebody speed bar. Just basic. At this point, by the way, if you're using Cabal, what you do is you do 2 rotations of big damage abilities, because you're leaning into that leader energy regeneration, right? And then after that, you kind of chill on it, and that's the best way to make sure you go from attack to attack with cooldown after cooldown after cooldown. And yeah, so here's the next wave, and this would be super easy to get through. We would just save our cooldowns, do some damage to Dormammu, and then we'd clear it the next day. Namor would have that available. We would throw this, because we're not worried about having that in the next day. I probably would have stunned the Rogue with it here, though. Start working that Dormammu down, and so on and so forth. All right, I don't want to waste too much time. Sorry, I really like playing with Cabal. They're such a fun team to use. I'm going to throw in Lady Deathstrike over Black Knight, and let's see what happens here. Because I feel like Black Knight's not doing much for us either, and the turn meter rewind Lady Deathstrike brings could be very, very impactful. I would put her as a Raider in this case. Would I? Do we have enough defense down? I don't think we have enough defense down. I'll keep her as a Striker. Because the Cabal members will always have vulnerables from Patriot, and then Lady Deathstrike can use the vulnerables from Nightcrawler. So that's pretty cool. Alright, let's see how this goes. So Nightcrawler, once again, is going to go first. I guess the downside here... Oh, no, the Cabal members have offense up, so it should... It's not. Her damage stat is so high. She goes before Iron Patriot, even though Iron Patriot has the offense up. She also just one-shot somebody. I'm not sure who it was, but she did one-shot somebody. This cannot be dodged, but this can be blinded. So the Iron Patriot ability is wasted there. Or I guess not used is a better word. We do get to rewind everybody. Okay, does this cleanse everybody? Heal self. Attack primary. The CO2 Cabal is prolonged. This does some sort of cleanse, isn't it? No? This does, but I think only to Cabal. Yeah, it does. So our Lady Deathstrike's going to be pretty worthless on the next hit. Okay, it is what it is. Alright, we get slow on everybody. This is unavoidable from the Nightcrawler. I could flip everybody's everything now, but I don't feel like it's super necessary at this point. We already did enough damage. Okay. Lady Deathstrike now has offense up. I feel like this is going to murk a lot of people. Yeah, this is going to murk a lot of people, right? Does Orchis? Yeah, Orchis gets offense up from somewhere. Wow. Yeah, that was crazy damage. Killed that Absorb Man through his deflex like it was nothing. And she gets called in the assist for leader. Let's see how quickly we can get to that Dormammu wave. So we do have defense down. Okay, so losing Patriot is a really bad thing. So the Black Knight support is not nothing. I would still have to do this because I would want to walk into the next wave with the Namor ultimate available. I would want to kill the Iron Patriot here. It's working. Is the Black Knight better? I don't know if the Black Knight's doing much or if I just had bad targeting or bad luck here. Certainly not getting the Iron Patriot attack right away is not great. We do have Gargantua for the next attack, so that's good. I would save this for the next attack at this point. And the Striker attack will take him out. We can take her out now. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, we got to the Dormammu wave. Who's better? Plug and play. Lady Deathstrike or Black Knight? Black Knight's pretty damn important on the defensive end. Let's be real. If Iron Patriot was alive, this would be an amazing rewind, right? Because an Iron Patriot would have his special back up from when Leader did his ultimate, and then we would be off to the freaking races. Because we would have vulnerables and everybody. This would rewind everybody, so that'd be pretty good. I mean, if I were to actually spend time on this and play it more to get good RNG or just to learn the turn order of this particular team better, I think this would be better. Now, this would be an hour-long video if I try and force my way through the first note to reach the second note. The second note is admittedly much more difficult. The full Orchis team doesn't seem like it's going to be the trick here. I don't think it's definitely not better than Illuminati. Arguably, maybe you could say on par with Cabal, but probably not. They share too many uniques as well. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't think they give you enough value in other modes, from my knowledge. We're going to go test them out in War in a second. When I look at the next node, right, with the Morgan Le Fays, the wonky drop-ins to mess with the Iron Patriot passive, the Void Knight, stuff like that. The unavoidable nature of some of the Orchis teams is interesting. Not enough to warrant bringing them, I don't think. It's too much of one style gear. It's all tech gear, right? If you only wanted to bring 3 of them, it would be, you'd need Scientist Supreme for all the debuffs and buffs and the rewinds. Sorry, not rewinds, revives. You would need Nimrod for the damage and the stuns. Omega Sentinel for more tech stuns. There's not many tech characters on the second node, so that's not super useful. So maybe not Omega Sentinel. Maybe Lady Deathstrike at that point. So you lose out on the taunts from Sentinel, which means you lose out on the speed bar, or speed stat, not speed bar. Jesus, I'm going to make that mistake so often. The speed stat to Nimrod. So is there a 3-piece Orchis team to bring? I guess. It would be Lady Deathstrike, Scientist Supreme, Nimrod. By the way, on the website, it's showing the current Orchis characters are 4-piece Crimson. They're not. They're all 3-piece Crimson. That's an error on the website's graphics. Okay. The second note would not be fun with them. This doesn't move the needle on the DD7 recommendations, unfortunately. Let's go see how they perform in War. All right, so here we are in War, and I figure we take them up against some of just the regular teams that you would see. None of the crazy hybrids, because I think that would be an auto loss sort of situation. So let's start with the Extreme team. The Extreme team gave a really, really hard time to the Annihilators when we were first playing with them. But now that they're live in game, the Annihilators seem to be outperforming at the higher stars. If you watch the Envoy tournament, it was a disaster. Having everybody at 7 red stars and Crimson gear with no diamonds or nothing like that, it really showcased the new stat stuff. So this is the same situation here. Everyone's Crimson geared. We're all 7 red stars. Let's see if the Orchis team shines bright here. All right, so we get the one summon, but definitely Nightcrawler will go after Scientist Supreme. We did give Slow out, but he's going to give Speed Bar to all of them. We get Speed Up. Do we go first? We do go first. This is unavoidable. No, this can't be dodged. So I can do an ability block. I would want to ability block the Rogue here because she's going to go and give us a hard time. But we push too many people there. Well, because Forge gets, what, 15% speed bar, 20% speed bar? He gets some sort of speed bar. We got 3 Orchis members. This can't be counterattacked. Let's see if Lady Deathstrike can just bleed everybody to death. Rebound chain didn't work too much in our favor. That Cyclops got destroyed, though. This hits everybody. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I thought Nightcrawler died. I was like, what the hell happened over there? So actually, Forge having whiffed his ultimate early because it doesn't give immunity maybe helps us, but we're not out of woods yet. Hold on. Omega Sentinel's getting wrecked. She's got a pretty decent revive chance. Nimrod, not so much. Uh-oh. Yeah, uh-oh. Things went from looking okay to looking really bad really fast. That's what I was worried about. The Gambit pings before Scientist Supreme can reach her second turn. So we do get the safeguard, but our Omega Sentinel's in not a good spot. Oh, geez, here we go. Oh, geez, Rick, here we go. Ooh, we did not get the RNG revive from Scientist Supreme. Oh, boys. Oh, boys. Oh, boys. Oh, boys. I'm starting to think this team is just a raid team. Okay, but maybe this is just a really bad matchup, and this is why they're not getting Crucible, right? We're not going to show them Crucible because that's too complicated to show. Maybe that's why they're not getting Crucible. It's because, well, no, that is why they're not getting Crucible, because of the speed stuff, right? All the speed shenanigans at play cause huge issues. So would the speed up from the Illuminati team. That would not go well for us. Let's then try... Boy, there's nothing real. These are all generic war teams, and I'm scared of all of them with this team. That is not a good sign. We'll go quickly here. Oh, this is... We're not going to land any debuffs. They all have immunity on spawn. Plus, obviously, the anti... Like, the resist, they get like 5,000 resist. 6,000 if your name's Black Knight. We don't get a shit ton of focus anywhere. Yikes. So this clears nothing. Except the deflex. We don't want to rewind them, really. Seems like a bad idea. Okay, we'll alt. Some regens. Okay, we can not flip because of the immunity from Black Knight. Okay. Oh god, I'm getting nervous. I think we're just wrecked here. Hold on, it's a lot of buffs. Cosmic Ghost Rider will take a turn eventually. Okay, no, it's actually going to be him that goes. And the Cosmic Ghost Rider is not going to flip anything because at least we all have Safeguard. So that's good. Damage comes in. Okay, I'm still not feeling great about this because we do have the perma-kills from Black Knight to worry about more than anything, right? Can't get revive. We can't rely on the RNG wins. Oh shit, here we go. Oh god. Oh, okay. Well, that's not a permakill. Oh, well, it is now. With Scientist Stream Dead, it is now. Okay. I'm ready to give my verdict. Good news. I think this team is going to function super well at low stars in the raid section. A raid mode. You're just going to need to build up Lady Deathstrike bigger. Also good news. I think Lady Deathstrike warrants enough to bring to Dark Dimension 7. I do. We showed with Nightcrawler, with her replacing Black Knight, maybe she could replace Nightcrawler. She's fast enough, and if she always is starting with her rewind, then she can do a similar function to Nightcrawler. Or you just put her with like Illuminati and call it a day, since they're fast anyway. She has a lot of life in her, which is great because she's a rework character. The rest, I'm not super seeing it, especially because you're going to have them at low stars to begin with. So you saw them struggling in war against like very farmable characters. One war team, one not war team. We saw the use in Crucible in the tournament. They caught some people off guard when they were paired with Black Knight, but at the end of the day, that was a Black Knight team. That wasn't an Orchis team. This is just a raid team. That doesn't mean skip them. They haven't been called for a legendary character, but they've retroactively done that in the past. We didn't hear anything about a Shattered Dimension. We just had a Shattered Dimension. The good news is this team is going to make it to the next raid tier, right? This team will still work in the next raid tier because they're being sold now. If they were, you know, it's going to be Hive Mind, Extreme, and maybe Spider Society that gets zoned out next raid tier. So that's good news. I do wish they were announced to be with something else so people would feel better about investing in them, like the next Spotlight raid or something like that. That would make me feel a lot better about investing big into this team. Dark Dimension 8 picks? None. None. I don't see the need for it. If they're not going to flex well into War and Crucible, I don't see it. I don't. It's unfortunate. It's a team that we have to build that's going to be just a raid team. It's a little unfortunate. But that's the way it goes, I guess. Let me know what you guys think about the Orchis team in the comment section below. But for now, stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.